welcome to 9 on the Positive Side. Thanks so much for joining us this weekend. I'm Courtney Courtwright. Today we're focusing on all things fall, especially Halloween as we get closer to the holiday. With fall comes pumpkins. With this season, many are searching for the perfect one. This year, you may notice a jump in pumpkin prices. Inflation and drought conditions have pushed the average prices up more than $1 over the last 2 years. Nationwide pumpkin sales generate around $141 million at about $6 each. But Shepherd's Way Farms is keeping their prices the same as years past. For 40 years, Tim Moser has grown pumpkins in the North Carolina mountains.
We had a late summer. We planted and had to replant a number of varieties because of the cool nights in the early spring, early summer, and late spring. And so pumpkins have been a little late in the harvest.
North Carolina is the 4th largest state in the country to produce pumpkins. Pumpkins and gourds of all kinds are on the steps and stoops of homes all across eastern North Carolina. You might have noticed that this time of year. One Aiden pumpkin patch is planting the seeds of success. None on your side, Sarah Graybar has this story.
It's a family tradition, a grandfather and his 3 grandchildren planting the seeds of success. In this case, pumpkin. And for the funds, well, they go to a good cause.
Pop's Pumpkins started back in 2019 with 1 row of pumpkins. This year, there's 4 rows with 8 varieties. The family hand-planted more than 500 seeds, tilling the land, setting up the hose system, and watering the gourds every day.
We had to roll out the tarp manually and had to make holes and plant them all by hand, which took a while. But it was also a fun experience every year.
At the end of the season, the money raised goes directly into the grandchildren's college funds.
It's also hard to get the money, and it might take a while, so we might rather do it beforehand and get it all over with than do it later in life.
Well, it gives them a little bit. You know, college is very expensive, and if it pays for a semester of books, well, that's better than nothing.
And Olivia, Harper, and Cole get to spend time with Pops.
I like when we go out and check the pumpkins through every day we're available. I like to see how big they get.
So whether you would like a big pumpkin for carving or a little one to hold, a warty gourd, or a pumpkin for your pie, Pops and his grandchildren have just what you're looking for.
A lot of our pumpkins are a lot better than the ones in the store. Like the other day we went to the store and the warty ones had not a lot of warts on them like the ones we do.
To find the information on how to get one of these pumpkins, we'll have that contact information on our website at WNCT.com. In Aiden, Sarah Graybar, 9 on your side.
And also here in eastern North Carolina, a man from Pink Hill went to Raleigh recently to weigh off at the state fair. Donald Murphy and his massive produce are now ranked among the best and biggest in the world. His pumpkin weighed in at 1,028.7 pounds during the Great Pumpkin and Watermelon Weigh-Off at the NC State Fair. That's the 6th heaviest in the world and 2nd in our state. The world's biggest came in at a whopping 2,124 pounds. He started when someone in the neighborhood had a contest, and each year his produce kept growing bigger and bigger. FamilyDestinationGuide.com surveyed 3,000 North Carolina families who chose Winston-Salem's family-run Hawks Pumpkin Patch as the best in our state. Chad Tucker took his family in search of the perfect pumpkin.
It's a memory-making fall evening.
Just a pumpkin we're gonna carve and gut.
At Hawks Pumpkin Patch in Winston-Salem.
Just something for them to get their hands messy with and get in and tear it up.
That's $10.
Brian Hawks doesn't consider this a business.
That's $3 right there. Just seeing the kids' faces and just hearing them laugh, and the radio flyer wheels, just hearing them, they may have that distinctive sound. It's great.
Are you looking for a pumpkin? It all started more than 20 years ago by accident.
I used to wholesale pumpkins, and I had a customer that kind of stuck me with a tractor trailer load, and My brother suggested I bring them here.
Hey there, yeah, now we're smiling.
Set those pumpkins out here, and for the first 10 days, I didn't sell enough to buy a cheeseburger. And I thought, well, people thought it was just a display. So I started just decorating out here a little bit at a time, and it grew into this. Got you some pumpkins to take home and card.
Families grew, and so did the pumpkin patch, thanks to his picture-perfect setting and social media.
Yeah, I've had people, call me up and want to sell me advertising. I'm like, please don't advertise us. What are you trying to do, kill us? For a place to be able to bring your family and your kids and enjoy all this, every year we look forward to it. Doing fine, I hope y'all are. I've got a lot of friends in the community, and they were strangers when I came here. And, their kindness is what built this.
Well, look at there. There's my whole family. Where'd Buddy
It's
go?
even a tradition for our kiddos, until their patience runs out.
I'm done.
Family tradition, seeing these kids grow up from babies in the last 22 years, that means the world to me.
In Winston-Salem, looking for Roy's folks.
It's a wonderful community and just love the people here.
Chad Tucker, Fox 8 News.
I know you love all those.
Back here in the East, Christ Episcopal Church in New Bern has a pumpkin patch where all the money goes to a good cause. Pumpkins are waiting to be picked up. They come from New Mexico, grown by Pumpkins USA and members of the Navajo Nation. Part of the money raised will support local charities.
Already on October 10th today, we are already at over $10,000, so we're way ahead of the game. Last year, we donated to 11 different charities around the New Bern area, and it's a wonderful thing that everyone benefits from.
So just think how far along they are now. For the pumpkins that do not sell here, a local farmer picks those up and takes them to his animals to feed. When it gets scary outside, it's hard to top the Halloween homes in Queens, New York. People there are vying for the title of scariest house on the block. Maggie Hickey checked on one of the frontrunners.
Enter Gary Robertson's backyard of Halloween horrors, only if you dare. This Howard Beach father of 2 boys has put in at least 40 hours for this labor of love and thrills. He's also competing in the scariest Halloween house contest in Howard Beach next Saturday, competing against dozens of equally frightening abodes. So why does he do it?
Honestly, just for the love of it all. I mean, my little guy Chase, he's 6 years old, and he's had a Halloween crush since he was a little guy, and he's talked about Halloween. It's his Christmas basically all year long.
Gary's 8-year-old son Jaden showed Pix 11 his favorite scary corner, the boneyard, with 2 huge skeletons and a really frightening coffin.
What I like about this is that everything is here in position and that all the bones are coming out of the grave.
Did you ever get scared from this pumpkin patch? 6-year-old brother Chase loves the scary pumpkin patch. Their mother, who grew up in the Philippines, never saw a Halloween backyard like this one. A little scary at night?
A bit, yeah, but because, I grew up not like this, but I get used to it every year.
I do this because I care about the kids. I care about the community. Old times that have passed. We need to bring these things back. We need to have exciting and fun, engaging events for children.
And that was Maggie Hickey reporting. Halloween season means parties, parades, and trick-or-treating, and you'll want to take steps to keep you and your loved ones safe. Health expert Megan Benner says when you go to pick out your costume, think about whether or not it will be visible at night to drivers and other trick-or-treaters. If it's not already bright in color, there are a few do-it-yourself tricks you can do to stay safe.
If you can't put maybe like reflective lights on their costume, even letting them carry glow sticks so that drivers can see them as they're walking. Avoiding baggy costumes or ones that have kind of floppy shoes just so they don't trip and fall.
If you or someone you know has allergies, Megan says to make sure you know what's being served at parties and to also be careful when it comes to trick or treating. From carving to cooking, everyone loves pumpkins this time of year, even the animals at the North Carolina Zoo. Shannon Smith shows us in today's Zoo Files.
Take a look at pumpkin playtime for the baboons at the North Carolina Zoo. Zookeepers placed pumpkins all around the habitat for the 21 members of the troop.
So different baboons grab different pieces depending on what look good to them and what rank they are. So some of the little ones probably just got some leftovers, but that's all right. As they age up, they'll figure it out.
The older male baboons rolled, carried, and even tossed the pumpkins, while the little ones tried to stay out of the way and maybe sneak a treat. While it looks like just play, zookeepers say these pumpkins serve an important purpose.
By giving them this whole item or a larger piece, they have to process the food the way that they would if they were living in a natural environment. So they're really having to work at it a little bit more.
Because zookeepers provide all of the food for the animals, they also create these kind of enrichment activities every day to try to stimulate animals both physically and mentally.
So we want to give them puzzles to solve because, again, our keepers are giving them their diet, so they're not necessarily using those mental skills that they should be using.
Plus, pumpkins or other types of toys can keep the animals out of trouble.
And it's just like kids or pets. If they have too much time on their hands, that's when things can start to go wrong.
Many animals at the zoo will also get their own pumpkin party, from Arctic foxes to gorillas.
This year, I think we're going to give them to alligators for the first time. So that should be an interesting one. Elephants are going to just pop them in the mouths, crush them. But different animals will eat them different ways.
And the best part of this party, everyone's invited.
We also like to have fun with it for the keepers, for the animals, and the guests.
And take a look at this. These are some pups that are up for adoption at animal shelters right here in eastern North Carolina. You can see they are all dressed up for Halloween, and they are really, really cute. Some of the animals we are showing you are from Beaufort County Animal Control, Lenoir County SPCA, Craven-Pamlico Animal Services Center, and Pitt County Animal Shelter. And you can learn more about these dogs, cats, and other animals too. Our digital team has a special feature called Best of Pets. That's going to be over on our website. Now you can learn about the animals that are in need of forever homes. Go to WNCT.com for more information. A pair of walruses enjoyed some Halloween-themed treats at a zoo and aquarium in Tacoma, Washington. Video released on Facebook by the zoo shows their walruses enjoying some pumpkin-shaped treats, perfect for Halloween. According to the zoo's official website, the treats were part of their annual Zoo Boo event. There was pumpkin carving, costumes, and other Halloween treats for their animals. And coming up next on 9 on the Positive Side, we're taking a look at what is being called one of the most intricate corn mazes. Find out where it is next. One of the biggest and most intricate corn mazes in the entire country is in Minnesota. John Lorson takes us to Stony Brook Farms to show us how the maze gets a little more amazing each year.
Definitely small town USA, everybody knows everybody.
That's because many of the families that live in Foley have been here for generations. They are as rooted as the crops they grow.
We start in the spring with asparagus. We do sugar snap peas, green beans, broccoli. We roll into sweet corn, which is our biggest crop.
Brad Shimoleski and his family run Stony Brook Farms. They grow vegetables for grocery stores, but not all of their corn ends up in a supermarket. And then you decide somewhere along the line, we should make a maze.
Our first year we started, it was just basically a pumpkin with kind of a maze, you know, in there.
From a simple pumpkin in 2016 to one of the largest mazes in the world. Last year, Stony Brook put together an extremely detailed maze full of scary movie characters, and they did it all in 110 acres of corn, totaling 15 miles of pathways.
We had Jason Voorhees, we had Freddy Krueger, Pennywise the Clown from It, we had Chucky, cool different stuff like that.
They also saw their number of visitors jump 500% from the year before, with people coming from around the world. This year, there's a Jurassic Park theme.
This is actually in the tractor cab with us when we're planting.
After he gets an idea, Brad works with a company called Maze Play to design his autumn adventure. Then he uses the best of farm technology to get the labyrinth just right.
If you actually zoom in on it a little bit, you can actually see there's lines, and each one of those little lines there is a planter pass.
Going a steady 3 miles an hour. The program tells his tractor where to drop seeds in the spring, so he gets this in the fall. This year, instead of strolling through Freddy Krueger's head, visitors can walk through the neck of a brontosaurus.
So the neck is that way?
Yeah, neck is that way, and the T-Rex and the Stegosaurus are over that way.
They also made this maze cheat-proof by planting the corn stalks tightly together and in 2 different directions, so you can't bust right through it.
The record for getting through the most difficult maze last year was 40 minutes, but some people can spend hours trying to find their way.
You've never gotten lost?
I haven't gotten lost.
Not yet, anyway.
You know, if you do, you just keep on going in one direction and you'll hit a road eventually.
But for most visitors, it's less about the end result and more about the journey.
It's a ton of fun. We're blown away by the people who just say, thank you for doing this. Really, next year we don't know what we're going to do, so if you have any suggestions, let me know.
In Foley, John Lordson, WCCO News.
Next, we're taking a trip down the Bale Trail, a look at some artist work made out of hay. A form of art is connecting people from all over Kentucky. In one town there, it's become such a favorite fall tradition. Forrest Sanders has more.
It's the lunchtime rush. An aroma is wafting through downtown Elkton, Kentucky, over to Billy Goat Hill Restaurant. Someone's just ordered a local beef cheeseburger with piping hot crispy crinkle cut fries.
You have a nice day.
Owner Melissa Weathers tells us opening a place in downtown Elkton comes with a certain expectation.
What is this you're standing next to?
Well, it's a giant cheeseburger. It's made of hay.
You see, Todd County has this tradition every fall. Homes and businesses create art made from hay. It's called the Bale Trail.
This is a tradition that has been growing, getting better, getting more popular for 10 years now. And by the way, found them.
And you gotta love the puns. Part hay fowl, marheo. And then there's the creation by Emily Gill.
And I thought if I could make it as accurate to a model as possible, it would draw people. Straw track.
Boldly going where no man has gone before, the Straw Ship Enterprise.
We've had a lot of people stop and ask what in the world I'm building. We've gone end to end of county in one day to look at all of them, and they are all very interesting. People are very creative, I have to say. I think it's brought in a lot of visitors that wouldn't normally think of coming here, and they always find that it's a wonderful community that they have stumbled upon.
And that's just part of the beauty of the Bale Trail. It's an event that gets everyone picking up hay and pitching in. Good boy, Roy.
I don't think we could have something better.
Live long and prosper, Bale Trail.
Everyone is so creative. Thanks so much for joining us for 9 on the Positive Side. Let's look at the Jack-o'-lantern Spectacular in Kentucky to close out our show today. Have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you next time on 9 on the Positive Side.